Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on pie graph. While the pie graph was introduced briefly in an earlier video, we will now explore it in more detail. A pie graph is very attractive because its design and the colours that exist for each sector. It is a great way to compare different results. The sectors in a pie chart can be represented as percentages or as degrees. Let's have a look at some examples to illustrate these two situations. The first example. The following pie chart gives the percentage of coloured cars in a car park. So we have white, there are 45% of the total cars in the car park are white. Black represents 20%, silver is 30%, and other colours are 5%. We have to find the degrees for each sector. So there are 4 sectors in the circle. These are the percentages. We have to find the degree, the value or the number of the degree for each of those sectors. So if we start with white, that represents 45% of the circle. So if we work out 45% of 360, that gives us 162 degrees. So that angle in there is 162 degrees. Black, we've been told, represents 20% of the circle. So 20% of 360 is 72 degrees. So here we have 72 degrees. Silver is 30% of the whole circle. So 30% of 360 is 108 degrees. So that angle there is 108 degrees. And other colours represent 5% of 360, and that gives us 18 degrees, and that represents that angle there. Example 2. The following are 5 ways that students may spend their day. Find the percentage that is represented by each sector in the circle. So we have 5 activities here that students could do in the day, and these activities are represented by sectors, and each one of them has been allocated a number of degrees. We have to find the percentage for each sector. So if we start off with sleep, which is 120 degrees, so it'll be 120 over 360 times 100 over 1. Using a calculator, quite easy to work out that that's 33 1/3%. Time at school represents 90 degrees over 360 times 100 over 1 changes it to a percentage. That is easily seen as 25%, because that's a quarter. 90 over 360 is a quarter, which is 25%. Playtime, 45%, so it's 45 degrees. So that's 45 degrees. So 45 degrees over 360 times 100 over 1 is 12.5%. But that makes sense because if 90 degrees represents 25%, then 45 degrees will represent 12.5%. And again, 45 degrees for homework, and that's also 12.5%, which is the same as for play. 60 degrees for other activities. 60 over 360 is basically 1/6. That's how we change that to a percentage, so it's 16 2/3%. So this video has gone deeper into the idea of pie graphs, and we've seen how the sectors can be presented either as percentages of the total circle, or each sector can be allocated a number of degrees of the total circle.